Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the Nerd Herd, doing a Sunday night show here for the first time. For those of y'all that are new here, Jason down here has his own channel at MP3D. My buddy, let me point over here. Everything's backwards, but my buddy Ascalon has his own gaming channel. And then we, of course, here at Coker Culture, we do a little bit of everything. And Jason does a little bit of everything as well. But we're so glad that you chose to join us tonight. We've got a range of topics that we're going to be discussing. Instead of just kind of going from scratch, I actually did come up with some things for us to talk about.
You did your homework.
Yeah, I did some homework. Something else that is, if you're here for the first time and you don't know, all three of us are teachers. So something else that we share besides our nerdhood here is that Ascalon and I are both high school teachers, and Jason works at the middle school level.
Yes.
But first, before we get into anything, I want to start by saying I'm glad that you guys are safe and that everybody's okay. We all had storms, tornadoes roll through our area in the last 24 hours. The Cokers are tired. We all slept downstairs in our living room. Chad and I slept on the couch. Jess and Ty slept on a mattress on the floor. So we're tired.
Because y'all got everything kind of after we did here, so y'all got it much later than we did.
We had it midnight or so, and poor Jason is still out of power, which is why he's outside.
Yeah, I don't know if this goes too late tonight, guys. It's going to be the dark late night show, I think.
Nerd Herd after dark.
Yeah, after dark. So let me tell you, like my whole family, I don't know if they can light a candle in my house. I'm not sure, but we've got, and it's crazy. I don't know. I'm probably going to have people, I'm going to have to run them off, but we've had tons of these, we've had tons of roofers coming through our neighborhood because a bunch of the houses were damaged.
Oh, wow.
We had a bunch that were damaged
everywhere.
I mean, guys, when I tell you that it really just skimmed right past us. I mean, it hit, but like I'm telling you, I think it must have jumped the road because it's right outside my neighborhood. If you take a right, it's like devastation. And it's like, I think it like hopped our road, but like I'm looking right now and I can see like houses with tarps on the roofs. So like, I think at one time the Musgroves came across the street, got in our house. I have friends that are teachers and educators that live across the street to me, and they are on slabs. And so they have keys to my house. So they just came over and brought their dog and their kids, and they got down on a basement. But at one time, the report said that the winds had jumped to like 90-something miles an hour. Wow. Did you see that, Zach?
Yeah, it was insane.
And so we had the Kroger just up the street from us. They said the roof was lifted off. So we're very fortunate. I mean, I've kind of looked around and I didn't see anything damaged to my roof. However, I'm definitely going to have a roofing company take a look at it because I have Allstate insurance. For anybody out there that has Allstate insurance, they don't really like to cover roofs unless it just gets ripped off. So I'm hoping that maybe there's a few things that they can come out and maybe fix, but I will see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we're blessed. I'm here. No power, but we're here.
Amen. Everybody stay, and that's wonderful. Before we get into our topics for tonight, let's go ahead and hit the comments real quick and see
There's a lot.
What they're saying. Yep, we got a lot of comments to start.
Let me pull this up.
So to start with here, good friends Chris and Liz at Carnival Cruise Addicts came in at 4:40 to throw out that they were here first. So thanks, Chris and Liz, for that, coming in a couple hours early, even before you guys went live to get
that. Wow, there are a lot of people in here.
Right. And then Kimberly Lavelle, hey, welcome out. Glad you could join us here.
What's up, Kimberly?
And then Chet and Robin from Sea Leg Journeys, thank you guys for coming over and for promoting our show. on your live show beforehand. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody who came over from the Sea Leg Journey Live. Scotty
awesome.
boy, glad that you made it. I know you're still probably driving. Mr. Bill, glad you could be here.
Welcome,
Thanks
welcome.
Holy moly.
Welcome
That's a
in.
lot of chat, y'all. That's a lot of chat.
Yep, that's why I'm trying to get through it so we can get to what we're going to talk about. So Kimberly Lavelle is looking forward to our Nerd Herd special edition here.
Welcome, first timer. Nice.
Yep. DeFam Adventures is here. Welcome in, DeFam. Good evening.
Good
Happy
evening.
Sunday. Let's see here. Who else is in here? Everybody's saying hi to everybody in the chat. There's Ascalon saying hey.
Hello, everybody.
Aaron Smith.
Hello, fellow nerds. Yep, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, double A Ron. A Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Sea Leg Journeys is in here.
Welcome in. Let's see here. I'm sorry, Kimberly. I hate it that this is the first time that I've used Nightbot with our thing. I've got Nightbot on here. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll see. I know Nightbot can be a good or a bad thing.
Stop trying to use bad words in here, people. I'm kidding.
Nightbot probably doesn't even know what it's doing.
It's like, yeah, there you go.
Aaron had some water in the basement, and glad it's nothing too bad. We just had debris outside. We didn't have much of anything here. Our power went out twice during the night, but it was back on before we woke up. Thank goodness. So I hate it. I feel like I'm rubbing it in, Jason, but
I know it's crazy though. So here's the thing. It's right across the street, like literally across the street. Musgrove lives across the street from me. Their power is on, and this side of the street it's off.
That
It's
is crazy.
And so you guys can't see it, but I have a generator out back on my back deck that I'm charging a power bank that's powering my refrigerator. Other than that, nothing else in my house is on. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Gotta keep the food safe, y'all. Gotta keep the food safe.
Gotta keep the food safe. Yeah, we were driving back primarily when it was going through our area. It kind of went north of us. So it was kind of behind us at the Tennessee line because I live in North Alabama. And like my wife was freaking out for a little bit because they said there was some rotation in the town that we had just driven past on the interstate. So she kept looking behind us. I mean, she was praying in the car. She was like, oh my goodness, she was stressing. I'm trying to drive and trying to stay calm. And I'm like looking in the rearview mirror to see if I see any rotation, but we were able to get back and we were able to pick up our dog from daycare or boarding. And so they actually had a girl. It was actually safer for her to be at the vet where we leave our dog instead of being in her own house. So she opened up for us for a second so we could get our dog and get home. But we had a lot of heavy rain. We got some debris, but other than that, it kind of went north of us. I guess it went north of us and came back down on you guys, which is crazy.
Yeah. I saw the comment about V and something else. They were talking about a nerdgasm on the chat.
Let me find it.
Did you see that?
Yeah, talking about X-Files and V.
There it is. Yeah, we were watching Carnival Cruise Addicts Live, and yeah, there was some X-Files and V and some sci-fi 80s, 90s nerd talk there. So we were very into that. And then I did have it up on the screen for a while, but Kimberly explaining herself. We appreciate you, Kimberly. We're all anti-Nightbot if it's going to act like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, get out of here, Nightbot.
I wanted to show this because Liz said that I'm wearing her shirt. Oh wait, it's my shirt. Yeah, I've got my What's Your Why shirt on tonight. Y'all know I'm not too big on wearing my own merch, but
that's cool.
I'm wearing it on today because it's been a while.
This is
that's fitting for you.
Yeah. Well, you got to smile more. I mean, you got to smile in stuff like this. So there's a lot of people out there dealing with some stuff today. So yeah.
And much appreciated because the fam did ask for Carnival Cruise Addicts, and there are a few of y'all in the chat tonight that are moderators. That please, if you get a chance, you can drop the links to everybody here. So I know there's Jason's link to his channel in
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, awesome.
And my dog's
and
out
then
here
we've
have
got
to throw a ball every once in a while.
and then we've got Ascalon's channel linked there.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
Awesome.
No problem.
Thank you.
So again, if you came over a little late, Ascalon, his channel is gaming. He does have a separate channel for his adventures and vlogs and stuff like that with he and his wife. And then Jason's channel is a lot like our channel, where there's quite a bit of everything on there.
Yes.
And since we're both sporting it tonight, if you like the hats, we got to throw Jason a bone here, because Jason has started making these incredible hometown headwear.
I need
hats.
one.
And
Yes.
Need one.
And so Jason and I are both in Dallas, Georgia, and so that's the hats that we have. But he'll do.
I'm gonna work up a nerd herd. I'm gonna work up a nerd herd.
Yeah, the nerd
Awesome.
herd is coming.
If the nerd herd hat, I've been working on the design, and that's going to be coming. I don't know how we'll get that out there. So if people want to get something like that, but something really cool just happened this week. So I had a guy that, if you guys follow me on my TikTok, I had a Shell Hammer hat company reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to start selling some of the Richardson 112 hats. We'd love to send you a couple of samples and see if we could maybe find something that you could buy hats from us. Well, for those of you not in the hat distributing thing, you go out and you try to find wholesale prices on things. So it's kind of it's the thing where you want to maximize profits on things. It's just how it works. Yeah. But so he sent me a couple of samples, which is crazy. He's like a startup business. He's been doing apparel, but he's like, hey, I'm going to send you some samples. I'm nobody, but he sends me a couple of samples. I did a video on my TikTok, and I think I'm going to end up being one of his exclusive people that I buy from some of his hats. And so we're going to try to do some things, and he's on our way to Florida, Zach. So I don't know how we can do it, but it would how cool would it be if Zach and I, if we could make our way through there and go through and do a tour of his little place, and I don't know, something on the way through. It's like an hour before Orlando. I don't know exactly where it is. I can see the info, but I want to go through there and do a vlog or a video.
That'd be awesome.
Whole thing. And like I said, maybe I could get them to kind of help me with the nerd herd thing, and we could get an exclusive thing and figure it all out. But I just love that there's people out there that are creators, whether it's merch or it's just stuff like what we're doing, whether it's a podcast or anything like that, and I just love the people that have minds like us, that are get out there and vlog, or get out there and have merchandise, or get out there and do whatever. I love the grind,
Yeah,
I love it.
You love it. Hey, doing hard things.
Doing hard things.
Hard things.
Get uncomfortable. Hey, get uncomfortable. It's a very comfortable place to be when you're uncomfortable.
Oh, you definitely get uncomfortable doing content creation. I want to echo Zach from earlier. I love that black on black. That's really cool.
So it kind of, I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of, this one looks like a Jack Daniels kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It does have that vibe.
It's like a whiskey label kind of thing, and it's done really well. And I actually just got an order for another 50 hats a few days ago. Those are coming in, and I don't know. It's crazy. I reached out to it. Here's another thing, Zach. Sorry, I'm taking over. I apologize. If you want me to shut up, I will. But so I reached out to a Chinese company. This is Hard Things, right?
Hard Things.
I said, hey, I know that these hat presses, you're making them for other companies. Could you guys make one for me, Hometown Headwear? And then I shop it out there to people. And if they buy from me, I buy them for X amount. I sell them for X amount. You guys ship it out. And they're like, absolutely. But it's a Chinese company. They're going to take Hometown Headwear. You guys will get to hear it first. And I'm going to make hat presses, Hometown Hat Press. I don't know if I'm going to call it the dome press or whatever I want to call it, but they're going to actually create a Hometown Headwear hat press. I'm going to advertise it on my website or on whatever socials, and hopefully people will buy them because they're anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200, but it's a huge market. So we'll see. And if
That's
they do
awesome.
that, I'll show it to you guys on here. But it's kind of cool.
But we've had several comments in the chat, talking about nice hats and liking the hats. For now, just so everybody knows, Jason doesn't have a website set up for the hats. So if anybody was wanting a hat or want to inquire if Jason can make a hat with your hometown or your college's hometown or whatever you may like,
or with your channel, or with your channel
on there. Best way to reach him would probably be through his Instagram. If you're wanting to reach out and ask, because he's made them for Harry Potter themed lands as well. He's had like Hogsmeade or the Privet Drive location, and
absolutely.
So again,
did you have like a butterbeer one too?
I have a butterbeer one. I've got a bunch of different places. Like I forget the. I've done a bunch. I did a few little hogs, like a Harry Potter themed breweries. I did. Like Harry Potter's birthplace. I did some of those. That was a really cool thing. I got a lot of comments when we were at Universal about those.
So Sea Leg Journeys, Chet said, I got to get my IT department to get my Nightbot back from his cruise. Nightbot. And then we got the hardest working man in YouTube, Scott, here, working his actual job and helping moderate our chat. We appreciate you, Scott, very much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. Appreciate you modding.
Same to you guys, Chris and Liz. Appreciate y'all being in here modding. And then Nightbot getting on to Chet for yelling out Scott's name. Nightbot needs to stay in its corner. So
hey, let me ask you guys something. We've never asked this, but Zach, this is called the Nerd Herd.
It is.
And don't lie. And this is something you can't lie, or as the kids say, no cap.
No cap.
What is the nerdiest thing that you do? What is your nerdiest thing you do?
That's a tough question, because there's so many things. Like for the longest time, I could probably say, that we were huge wrestling fans, but I feel like wrestling's mainstream again.
It's kind of mainstream, right.
And so I can't even count that as super nerdy. I mean, Jess and I are Disney adults, so we're nerdy on that end. And
definitely,
it's definitely
and Universal.
We love Universal. I really don't know.
Like Dixie and I are kind of foodies to a certain extent. I mean, we love to.
That's not nerdy. What's your nerd thing, though?
Well, she's kind of nerdy. My wife is kind of nerdy about food. Like we'll be at a restaurant ordering something, or I'll be looking at the menu wanting to order something, and I'll ask her like, "What is this? I never heard of this," and she'll tell me what it is. So she's pretty nerdy there. But I'm trying to think too, like. I'm just me.
It could be the Harry Potter thing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah. Could be
like
that.
I will smoke anybody in a Harry Potter trivia night. So yeah. So you want to have a go? Let's go.
We should test.
Oh, we can test that.
That'd be a good episode.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
So first thing I wanted to bring back up to you guys is a topic that we covered. The last time that we were all together. And it was something, that our good buddy Greg from Greg's Game Room threw at us last second. And I don't think Greg's going to be joining us in the chat tonight because, unfortunately, Greg's pet, his bird of 25 years, passed away yesterday.
Aww.
So
25-year-old bird.
Wow, 25-year-old bird. So, and Greg's about your age, Jason. So, I mean, he's had that.
He's young. He's young. He's a young guy.
Yeah. So
young.
So I know he's grieving pretty hard, and I would be too this weekend. So I doubt he'll be on.
What bird lives 25 years though? Is that was it a macaw?
It was a macaw, but it was way out its lifespan. Yeah. So it's shocking it lived that long. But
that goes to show you he took really good care of that bird.
So anyway, Greg asked us the last time that we were all on here what our thoughts were about Disney getting rid of the virtual queues. And if y'all remember that, they got rid of the virtual queue for Guardians and they got rid of the virtual queue for Tiana's. And so I wanted to come back to that now that now that we're 2 weeks in, and have y'all seen how that's worked out?
I haven't actually, because I've been really busy lately. I've been looking more at Universal stuff lately because Dixie and I trying to figure out Epic Universe stuff.
We've been doing the same.
Yeah.
I've heard some good things about it, though, Zach. I've heard a lot of people say that, yes, there's a line and all that, but if you're willing to wait.
The longest wait I've seen is 85 minutes,
which is not bad for those, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I don't like to wait longer than an hour if I can help it, but I'm really impatient. But I will wait for Guardians for that. I haven't done Tiana's yet, so
I've not done Tiana's either.
We haven't been there since Tiana's opened either, but its waits haven't been that long as Guardians. So everybody that said it's not going to work, it's made for virtual queues, blah blah blah, it's working.
Zach, have you worn a robe? Have you worn a robe at Universal yet?
No,
because I have.
I do not have.
You have?
I do not have a Harry Potter robe. So
we have
high and everything.
Joshua has a robe. He has the owl. I have the little weasel, not the weasel. What's it called? I have the little, and we went around and had our little hand puppets and things like that. We had the wands.
I went with I have wands too. Like I have an interactive one. I have some actually on my shelf behind me. But we went once with my siblings and their significant others, and we all had different Quidditch T-shirt on based on our house.
Love it.
So we were repping our houses. So yeah.
See, and I love that. I nerd out to that. What's that one?
The fam, going back to our what's your nerdiest thing? YouTube doesn't count, right?
It doesn't count. No, YouTube's not nerdy. It's honestly, they just said there was a study. Mr. Beast said it the other day. There's a study that just came out that said more people watch YouTube on their actual TV than almost any other device now. So I know that I do. As soon as I log in on my Roku, the first thing I go to when I come home in the afternoons, I go to YouTube. I'm trying to see, did Zach drop a video? Did Ash drop a video?
Monday,
my wife makes fun of me for that because I turn on the TV and I'm like, let's see what's on YouTube first before I check out any other streaming service.
That's where I go immediately, and that's where we tend to spend most of our nights is on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I'll check the news, but it's mostly y'all. It's mostly like stuff that I watch, like vloggers and stuff,
Chet said he thought we said dirtiest instead of nerdy.
I really thought Jason said that the first time too. I was
we gotta wait till Nerd Herd After Dark before we get.
I know, right?
Spill those secrets.
I know, right? But the thing is going into the parks, like, I secretly, something really nerdy, like, I know it sounds crazy, but like going in and hoping secretly that you're going to get picked in the wand choosing, and you're an old man. You're hoping that they're going to pull up an old man, but they're going to pull a little kid. But then you're inside nerds. You're like, please pull me up. I want to be chosen. I want to be Harry.
Double A here saying apparently John Cena has done a heel turn and people are upset about it. Have a little more faith in humanity now.
I've been hearing about that.
Okay. Now, and this may be my nerd thing, but again, wrestling's big. So tomorrow night, and WWE's in Europe, so it'll be airing tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow night is going to be John's first appearance on any show since that heel turn. So pretty anxious to see how that goes.
Okay, you guys Logan Paul wrestling fans?
No, we hate Logan Paul. In this house, we hate Logan Paul.
So that might be my thing. I don't know why. I've been in with him and I've been out with him, but right now he's funny. They just got the new show called Paul American. It's going to be airing.
All American.
Oh, it's called Paul American. But
I feel like I should mute you just for this.
But they're so awful. They're so awful, but. I don't know. It's like a train wreck you have to watch.
All right. Chat says, does the original Star Trek series count as nerdy? If so, I'm crushing it.
Yes.
Nerd.
Yes, you're crushing it, nerdy.
Chat, you fit in real well. Two of our regulars here that aren't here tonight of Crazy Joe and Greg are both huge Star Trek guys. So.
And they don't know this, but I actually have all the manuals for the ships. and I have all the tricorders. I have all of I have all the outfits because for the chat that's not been here, I worked at Spencer Gifts as a manager, and so Universal was a huge thing with Spencer Gifts, and so they sent us all of the uniforms. I had a complete uniform, and when my employees left, I got them all from them. So I have.
So you have all the colors now.
All of them: purple, red, yellow, green. I've got them all. Science. I got engineering. I've got everything, and all the buttons and things. Yeah, I know. When I die one day, my son's going to be so embarrassed when he has to sell this stuff. He's going to be like, what in the heck, Dad? Come on.
And then CCA said, we loved Andre the Giant. Does that count? Absolutely. I mean, when Andre was big is when wrestling was really coming into its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, he proves that giants lived at one time. He proved there were giants at one time, for sure.
Not to mention being one of the first to cross over into acting as well. And,
yeah.
I mean, Princess Bride, Andre, we're going to remember that
absolutely.
forever.
Oh, yeah. That's As You Wish.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of my wife's favorite movies, honestly, because she thinks that's what I should say when she asks me for something. As You Wish.
All righty. So next question, y'all kind of already brought this one up a little bit with your answer to that last one. But as you guys, since y'all probably been looking into it already, y'all saw this past week, Universal finally announced one-day tickets.
Single-day tickets, baby.
And again, for those of y'all that don't know, Jason and I are both located in Metro Atlanta. We're in Georgia. Ascalon is over in Alabama. Still not too far away from us, but
3-hour drive.
All of us are Disney and Universal people. We all drive about the same to get down there, and we've all, of course, been talking Epic Universe, Epic Universe, Epic Universe. So, what are we thinking? How is the one-day ticket going to affect you guys? What are y'all planning anything?
We were looking at Labor Day weekend because that's when we normally go to Halloween Horror Nights. So we'll hit Halloween Horror Nights Sunday, come back Monday on Labor Day. And so we're trying to get tickets for that Saturday. We were looking, I think it was like $400 a pop for each one of us to get tickets. I need them to give me some express passes, though.
Yeah.
Dixie and I almost bought the tickets the other day for that Saturday, but we wanted to wait a little bit longer and see when they introduce that. Because I don't want to get a one-day ticket and only be able to ride a couple of things. Like, I really want to try to experience as much as possible in that one day. So I'm really hoping that they do that soon. And they're not doing the Halloween Horror Nights tickets. They haven't released those yet, but it should be coming up in the next
Have a little
weeks.
take on that, though. Yeah.
So we'll probably wait until we buy those then and kind of look again and see if they got the express passes.
So what Jason, I'm going to do when I go, my take is this. I'll do the single day. This is crazy. It's going to be expensive. When we go in September, we're going to do the Epcot Food and Wine. We're going to do Thursday night because we get the free ticket for Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday night.
Because you got to pass it.
Premiere. And then we're going to do Epic. We're going to do, and then so I don't know how we're going to work it out. It's going to be crazy. I'm just going to be so tired. But like, we're going to do a one day to Epic. We're going to do the Food and Wine at Epcot, and then we're going to do the Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we're doing it. By goodness, we're going to do it.
Jason, are you looking at like our September break, or are you like?
Yes, we are. We are. Yes, we are.
And Ascalon, you're looking Labor Day, right?
Yeah, because we Dixie and I have fall break at different weeks. So we can never do. Yeah, it does. Since we're in different school systems, we were in the same school system for a few years.
Hard. That's
hard.
Yeah.
So we try to go Labor Day weekend. So we'll take that Friday off. So we only got to take one personal day. Drive down Friday. Last year we just chilled on Saturday. We went to like Jollibee and tried it. And then Sunday night we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and then we drive back Monday.
What about this, Zach? Why don't we take that one day, though, and we don't worry about rides? I mean, if you get to do a ride, great, but maybe that one day for this time, it's going to be like let's see what we can see in one day because it's a huge.
It's
place.
massive.
Oh
Massive.
yeah.
You may
All
not get
right.
to ride anything, but we can see a lot.
Oh, I gotta ride something though if I'm gonna
So-
spend $400 plus or whatever.
So are y'all ready for my craziness?
Yes,
'Cause-
we're ready.
Okay,
Bring it.
so September, Labor Day I can't do because here's my nerd thing. Where am I going to be Labor Day weekend?
Oh, you're gonna be at Dragon Con?
I'm going to be at
Yes.
Dragon Con in downtown. Yep. So
Yes.
I'll be at Dragon Con all weekend, Labor Day weekend. And then September break, we already have a cruise booked. So we're going to be on the Star of the Seas, I believe. It's going to be Royal's newest ship. And we're on a week-long cruise for it out of Port Canaveral. That'll take up pretty much all break. So we may have 1 or 2 nights beforehand in that area. But I don't know. I don't know what'll be going on. I don't know if it's HHN or if Sir Henry's, or I have no clue yet.
Yeah.
So
now that you're media,
I'm not
I love
media. Oh, at Sir Henry's I'm media.
Sir Henry's,
Yes.
yeah.
At Sir Henry's I'm media.
Did you give everybody the update that you did apply for? You did try something hard.
I did.
You tried something hard.
I emailed out to Universal to see if I could get media credentialed at Universal, and I got
Yes.
turned down. But hey, I did it.
You did it. Hey.
And I know the process.
It's kind of like our wives. You know, we had to keep finding ways to ask them, and they probably told us no forever. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Okay, I feel sorry for you." Yes,
I didn't get turned down my first
you
time.
didn't.
No. I used something else to kind of help me get in the door.
Oh my
So,
gosh!
Before we get to my craziness, let me get back to our chat here because everybody is on the Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I love
train
it.
here. I
love
brought
it.
that up. So Princess Bride's the best. Megs and C's says Princess Bride is one of my favorites.
Love it. Love it.
I didn't see it
CCA
until I was an adult, but it's an awesome movie. I know.
With the inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
And many of you guys know, at least you guys know, I don't know how much of the chat knows, you know, that I'm ordained. So I've officiated several weddings, and I can't help myself at the rehearsal. I break out into, marriage is the reason that we are here today.
I know,
That's
Zach.
awesome.
Listen,
So classic.
I don't know. My wife and I, this year is going to be 25 years for us. So we've talked about it in the past about like renewing our vows. So if I renew my vows,
Yeah.
could you imagine?
It'd be hysterical.
With how good would that be if we like vlogged that? Renewing the vows, and then you couldn't be listen, you're gonna have to be better than our original. When Sarah and I got married, no joke, we got married, and our priest that married us said Jason and Sarah a lot like, he sounded like Kermit the Frog first off, but he said Sarah and Jason are a lot like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
That's not good.
I was like,
No,
this
thank you.
guy, yeah. So maybe if we renew our vows, maybe we could do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be hysterical.
But-
I don't know how
but it's
Sarah
gonna
would feel.
I don't know, but I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be like stuffy. I want it to be fun. Like, how in the world did I sucker her into another 25 years from me? It's kind of what I want to go with.
Hey, Aaron Smith says, Jason, you're gonna love this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep.
So
You are the one. You are right. You're right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then-
I agree with that.
I don't know how y'all were able to type it out, but y'all typed it out the same way it said. Marriage is what boys
I missed
us
that one. I didn't see that one until
today.
now.
I didn't see that one.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Marriage. Yes.
Meg. Oh, I forgot. A rehearsal. Yeah, you gotta have a rehearsal for the wedding, or you never know what's gonna happen.
Listen,
That's
we
for
got to
sure.
do it big.
I like that.
Exactly.
Rehearsal. Who needs a rehearsal?
Practice. We're gonna talk about practice.
Dixie and I got married in the living room of our current house. It was her house at the time. She was grateful enough, or gracious enough to let me move in. So
That's awesome.
but yeah, we had a
Look at
small
you.
wedding. just close friends and
Hey,
family.
maybe if our following got huge enough, if I renewed our vows and people were, we could have a location and have everybody show up.
That'd
That would
be awesome.
That'd be
Yes.
cool. Y'all should do it in New Orleans so y'all can do the street parade. Those are fun to participate in.
That'd be good.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe Disney.
Maybe Disney.
Or that too. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Could you imagine the money? Zach's gonna cover it. He's gonna be the man with the plan.
So my craziness, because we made it to the end of our Princess Bride detour there. I brought this up on our last live when we were together a few weeks ago. I did not know that Universal was going to drop these one-day tickets early. This caught me off guard.
Shocked everybody. It shocked
unannounced before the park opens. Guys, that door is reopened. Epic 40th birthday is reopened. It could happen. It could happen.
That is this year. That's this year.
It's June. So it's right around the corner. So it's been the discussion in the household of,
oh man, I might have to join you on that one, maybe.
Listen, if you do a 40th in June, my wife is sitting in the dark in here. I don't know if she can hear me, but I don't know how we can avoid that.
I've said it. I've said it way before even the package tickets went on sale. I said, what big thing can I do for my 40th? Because I never do anything big for my birthday, and 40 is pretty big.
It would be epic.
If I could be, it would be an epic 40th birthday to actually be
really would
at Epic.
I
for the
spent
first
my
time.
40th. I've already got your video title. I spent my 40th birthday at Epic.
or just my 40th birthday was Epic.
And
what
they invite
day in
everybody
June is
in
your
the channel.
birthday, Zach?
Yeah, when is that?
12. It's on
I'm the
Thursday.
16th. So
Yep. Well, see, and Ty's the 18th.
Wow.
So right there together.
Okay, so Ty's birthday could be epic too.
No, we can't.
I'm in September. Josh was in August, so we can make it work.
Jess does not have enough PTO.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on.
So we'll see. We'll see if it's in the cards or not. But I've at least been looking at places to stay. How much would it cost? Because yes, the one-day tickets, especially for a family of 4, it's on up there. But I may not. I've got some rewards with a company that I can book hotels through, so I may not have to pay for a hotel. And if I don't, then paying for $600-some tickets, isn't too awful when you're not paying hotel stuff on top of that. So
the closer the date, they're more expensive. It seems.
The
further out.
Like right now, because it was the 12th is during the week. During the week, prices in the summer are $174 for adults.
Okay, that's not bad.
And Chad unfortunately counts as an adult.
Okay, so y'all be looking at 600 total for the
3 adults, 1 child ticket, and the child ticket, of course, is $30 cheaper.
Okay.
Hey, I know that Jason is off, but look who made it.
Yeah, I saw Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe is here.
I never realized that our birthdays was that close to each other.
Yeah, in the same week.
Like we never got birthday celebrations at school. That's probably why I never knew.
One day out of 13 years in school, I was in school on my birthday one
Really?
time. And
because we kind of went until about June. Yeah.
June 12th. I think it was our 7th grade year. It was the last day of school.
Wow. I did not realize we went that long.
Yeah, that was before everything changed. And then just a couple years later, we're done before Memorial Day. And now we've got the ridiculous schedule.
You have all the breaks and stuff too that we didn't have. Like we didn't have that fall break or that winter break that you guys have. Well, the one after Christmas. So
I'm glad that Crazy Joe's in the chat now, because I wanted to bring this up because this is something that we, have we've been talking about off screen. But haven't brought forward to everybody else, and that is we're going to start trying to have every now and then some special guests on the Nerd Herd with us, and inviting some other folks on here to talk and do nerd things. And Crazy Joe is a walking encyclopedia of movie knowledge. So Crazy Joe will definitely be on here as one of our guests, and we'll have him on here sometime going forward. And then that boy BB says L stream. Well, yeah, when you got a bunch of nerds together, we're definitely used to taking lots of L's. So, oh, how did I miss this one? Look, the Fame Adventure says Flash Mob Valve renewal. I'm gonna leave that up there till Jason comes back because he will love that.
That's awesome.
He's probably being berated by Sarah off screen. Like, what are you promising? What are you talking about with this craziness? But I actually have this next question for you guys. It's extremely nerdy, but I can't say it before he's.
Yeah, you can wait till Jason gets back.
It's actually something that Chad asked me.
Oh, wow.
This past week, he asked it on the way to school, and it was one of those things that I was like, "Why am I thinking so hard about this?" But it was really a really nerdy question.
Yeah, the older I get, when I'm asked questions like that, it just takes me so long to kind of really think about stuff. Like when I was younger, I knew immediately I could dish out different things like, "What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that?" Now I'm like, I don't know. I like too many things now. And that's the problem. Like when Jason asks what's the nerdiest thing, we do, I'm like, I do a bunch of nerdy things. That's just me. That's just who I am. Like I'm nerdy by nature. So
that's
it just
who
happens.
We are. We always do nerdy stuff. So while he's off here, I don't want to go into any of the other potential topics I brought up, but for those that are new here to the chat, why don't you talk a little bit about what you've got coming up on the channel, what you've been working on and are going to be putting out here in the next week, 2 weeks?
Are you talking to me or the chat?
I'm talking to you.
Okay. So I'm, MLB The Show 25 just came out. I do a lot of sports video games on my channel. And so I branched out. I did something hard. So here's my hard thing that I did with College Football 25. I started doing some tutorial videos and kind of stepped outside of my comfort zone, outside of my typical Let's Plays or, just me ranking stuff. And it worked out pretty well for me. I had several College Football 25 videos that did an awesome job. So with MLB The Show 25, I got the early access. So I've been playing it over the last couple of days. And so I recorded a video today where I'm going to kind of walk people through the road to the show. They got a lot of new features this year.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, after we're done tonight, I'm going to try to edit some more before bed. And then after school tomorrow, when I get home from track practice, I'm going to try to hopefully finish editing because I'm trying to get the video out Tuesday because that's when the official game releases. So I want to try to have it ready by then. So that's primarily what I've been working on.
And Jason, while you were gone, the Fame Adventures threw this in the chat. We'll put it up there for you because I think it's great. But
Flash Mob. Oh, for sure. I would love that. That would be so cool. Yeah, I would love that. I think that would be so fun. If we could make that happen for your birthday and then eventually maybe – so I think ours is in November. Our 25th is in November. So,
and then I missed this in the chat earlier, just going through, but Ascalon DeFan threw out a Roll Tide for you.
Oh, I got to get my wife in. I'm War Eagle. I'm War Eagle.
I figured Dixie would want to hear a Roll Tide get thrown out there.
Yeah, we lost the SEC championship tonight today to Florida.
Yeah, Chad was upset.
So bad.
Hey,
I like that. Nerdy by Nature.
Nerdy by Nature. Cool band name. Yes, absolutely.
That would be so cool.
I was also thinking of Riding Nerdy earlier.
Riding Nerdy.
Riding Nerdy.
Nerd Herd hat.
Would that be on like, you'd have to have a picture of a guy like on a Segway or on a scooter.
Yeah, like the Weird Al version of it, Riding Dirty song.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. I like the Nerdy by Nature too.
I wish my buddy Jason could get on here with us. He's such a nerd too. Like he's into everything we're into, and he would love this. The guy that's in my video, where if you watch the video, that's at Epcot, and he pulls up on his little Segway thing, and he goes, He goes, catch me riding dirty. He
Perfect.
doesn't have to do that now, but he had a back surgery, so he had to like rent one of those things at Disney, which I'm glad he was able to do.
Motorized scooters.
Yeah, he had to do that, but yeah.
So, Jason, I've mentioned this to Azkalan while you were away, but this next question, this is a nerdy question, so I need you to buckle up, okay? Because Chad asked me this on the way to school this past week, and I was like, "Wow, that's deep." But for a normal person, it's not a deep question, but for a nerd, it was like, "Wow, how have I never thought about this?" So, you guys may not know, but Chad, myself, and Ty, we're all big Marvel Strike Force players. Okay. The mobile game. We're super into that. And they just released over the last couple of weeks, they rolled out a new team. And Rocket and Groot, of the Guardians, they've been in the game forever, but they're a part of this new team. And so we're talking, and Chad's talking about it on the way to school, and he goes, "Dad, wouldn't you consider Rocket a mutant?"
Well,
and I like literally this is how my brain worked.
He was created though, so
he was.
So
created.
was Wolverine.
Yeah,
but he had the mutant gene. That allowed them to add the adamantium. Okay, I'm showing my X-Men nerdiness right now.
Nerd it.
Because he had the healing factor. That was his mutant ability. And so he was the first kind of success with adding the adamantium because it was able to fuse with his bones and stuff. And he was able to heal. So it worked properly. Sorry, I was like choking a little bit on my drink there. Couldn't say adamantium. Golly.
Wolverine was my first, let me throw this out there. He, they worked on him. He would not be Wolverine if they hadn't done the what were they called? The Ultimate X or the X? Whatever experiments were done on him.
Yeah.
And then my second was, is it because he's from space? And I'm like, no, because there have been mutants from space.
Yeah,
and we've seen that. I said, so it can't be because of that they would say that. And then part of me was like, well, the whole MCU just, spoilers here for those of y'all that haven't paid attention, but we just all of a sudden decided Miss Marvel's a mutant. So, they threw that in the show that she had a mutated gene. So I feel like they could throw that at Rocket. We don't know that he does not have the mutant gene.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I
because
see where you're going.
Before he was experimented on, he could walk on two legs, right?
Yes.
Talk already. Before then,
he already had something. He already had something worked with. He was on a different level already.
We get that backstory of his in Guardians 3. So you get to see. So mutant.
Well, maybe the comic book nerds, may know more about that because I'm not big into comics, so I don't know. And I didn't really know Guardians of the Galaxy until the movies came out.
Hey, and let me just say, for those of y'all that are still with us here in the chat, thank you, because that is probably the nerdiest we have ever gotten on the Nerd. And
that's true. That's so true.
But kind of sticking with that, have y'all seen the casting news that broke this week?
Okay.
Yeah, I've been out of town this week, so
Raymond.
I'm out of the loop on
I've
a lot
had
of
no
stuff.
power. I've had no power to stop it.
You've had no power today. Okay, so Sadie Sink of Stranger Things fame. Okay, Sadie Sink, Max from Stranger Things. Hold on, before Aaron did this is right. Show off to the chat. Gotta live up to the nerd herd name, right?
Yeah.
But so it's Sadie Sink from Stranger Things fame has been cast in Spider-Man 4. Okay, it's been confirmed, it's been out there, and so now, of course, the discourse is who has Sadie Sink been cast as, and everybody online that is mad and up in arms because they're automatically saying redheaded actress,
redhead
MJ.
Yeah,
MJ.
They already have an MJ.
They already have an MJ.
So
Because Zendaya is MJ, but she's Michelle Jones.
I could
She's
see
not-
her. I could see them dyeing her hair blonde and she being Gwen Stacy.
See, well, here's my thought.
Ooh, okay.
If we're gonna let Zendaya be MJ, which everybody's fine with, nobody's complaining because Zendaya's been great in that role. That's not typical casting for MJ. So why are we all of a sudden jumping on the same people that were willing to cast Zendaya as MJ to say Sadie Sink has red hair? She's automatically going to be. She's automatically going to be that. Why can't she be a redheaded Gwen Stacy?
Or she can keep the red hair too. Yeah.
Or even a redheaded Black Cat. Or
I heard rumors about that too, that she might be Black Cat.
Or even my favorite, if we're gonna stick with the crazy, she's got to be a redhead because she's a redhead thing. Why not Jean Grey? We're introducing the mutants.
Well, I also heard rumors that she was gonna possibly play Jean Grey when they bring the X-Men over to the MCU. So
yeah, because Jean Grey didn't go over too well. The lady
with the recent
Game of
movies.
Thrones,
That would be cool though if they introduced Jean Grey in the Spider-Man movies. And then bring the rest of the X-Men in somehow.
I know that in Sony's deal with Marvel in making these Spider-Man movies, Marvel has to provide at least one other major MCU character in each Spider-Man movie, which is why we saw Doctor Strange and Nick Fury and Iron Man in the first one.
Yeah.
So that's why we're gonna get somebody, and everybody's like, well, maybe that's Sadie Sink, and they're introducing her, and she's gonna play a bigger role in the MCU. I don't know. If I were to guess,
still exciting though.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
I would like her as Jean Grey.
I think
that would be cool. She's tough.
Hit.
Yeah,
and she's a better actress than the girl from Game of Thrones.
I know. I really like her character. She's tough to like after the Game of Thrones to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched the show.
We could spend a whole episode talking about how bad season 8 was.
Oh, yeah. I've heard all about that.
You haven't watched it, though, have you?
No, I haven't watched it. I wanted to read the books first. So I've read the first book, and I've read part of the second book.
You're going to be disappointed. Coming from the books to that, you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I'm one of those. I like to
so
read the books first before.
Well, the fact that the series isn't finished is also what's going to hurt. You know, you're going to get the problem. You're caught up.
He hadn't finished the books, and then they had to finish the show, and so I know all about the last season.
He finishes the books. If he finishes the books, it's going to be different than the show. I think they're going to have to come back and redo, because he saw how bad the show flopped from that. It ruined it for me. Such a great show. Season 8 was building to be such a great season, and then it just tanked at the end.
All right. Speaking of TV shows and movies and book adaptations, why don't we touch on one that's near and dear to our hearts? And let's talk about this casting news for the Harry Potter TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We'll hit the easy one first. John Lithgow as Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. I did not see that coming. So I guess with the show, they're not just casting British people, because he's not British. He's American.
He's not British. He's American. Oh, he's played British characters.
Yeah.
He has.
I mean, he's classically trained, right? I mean, he did theater, a lot of theater work. I think he would do fine with it. I was not upset with that one.
Thanks.
I thought that one was interesting.
Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We will definitely have future lives.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, appreciate you. Thank you.
But I love John Lithgow.
Yeah,
I love John Lithgow in Third Rock from the Sun, and then whole new love for John Lithgow as the Trinity Killer in Dexter.
How old is Lithgow right now? How old is he right
He's in his 70s, I know, at least.
Yeah, this is the last major role he's ever going to have.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's a 10-year deal. It's a 10-year commitment.
He's going to be in his early 80s. At that point, he's probably going to retire.
Gosh, I just don't want to see this same thing happen from – I don't know.
He's 79, so they're kind of cutting it.
Well,
I didn't realize it was that
what
old.
happened to the first Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I would have loved Jared Harris, Richard Harris's son, to play Dumbledore. That would have been a really cool,
that would have been a cool
tribute
transition
to his dad,
sure.
But when I saw Lithgow, I was like, that's actually kind of cool. I think he could work.
Okay,
And so that's not a bad one. Let's talk about Snape.
Snape, yes, Ascalon. I'm gonna give it a chance because it's Harry Potter, and I'm not one to really get upset about casting stuff. If the actor does a good job embodying the character, I'm fine with that. But there's been so much debate about the sallow skin description, because if you read the books, Snape is not straight up said that, J.K. Rowling does not say he's white.
Right.
Okay? But he does have sallow skin. So there's been debates about what that could possibly mean. Is he just pale because he stays inside so much? Can black people have sallow skin? And so I'm going to judge
black people that
actor.
are for sure.
Yeah, I don't know this actor. I don't know his previous works. So I've had casting in the past, like when Chris Evans was cast as Captain America. I knew him from Not Another Teen Movie and as the Human Torch. So I was like, he's playing Captain America, but okay. I'm going to watch the movie and see how he does. And he did a phenomenal job. So fantastic. I'm willing to give the actor a chance. I'm not one of those that's going to be like, oh, they ruined the series for me, so I'm not going to watch. But it is definitely an interesting choice, though.
So
they do it all the time in theater. They don't cast according to color, even gender and stuff like that. So
that's what I was going to bring back up is, when they did the Cursed Child and they cast,
Hermione
a
was
black actress for Hermione. And, there was a huge uproar about that because it was one of the original three. And I know Snape's not one of the original three, but he is a much beloved character by a lot of folks.
But people got attachments to Alan Rickman too. So that
and the fact that Alan Rickman's no longer with us and he killed that role.
Can I be honest with you? For me, this sounds so crazy, but I want the best. This is so now right now, but I want the best actor to be those, because I can believe them if they're good. It doesn't, I don't have a vision. I mean, I've made visions of who these people are in my mind because of the movies and the books, but to me, if the actor's amazing, I'm buying it. I'm going to be in.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. If I can buy into it, if they're fantastic, it doesn't bother me. And that's not a PC response for me. That's really raw for me. If you're good, I'm going to buy it. You know what I mean?
How much more of a jerk is it going to make James Potter look like when he is bullying a poor, outcasted black?
I worry about that. I really worry about that because, in the books, right now I'm re-listening to all the books. So I'm in book 5 right now. I've only got 30 minutes left in the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I am literally right now, Umbridge, I hated her so bad.
Oh, I hate Umbridge.
She's the best villain ever.
The most
such
hatred.
a great. I don't feel like they did a great job in the book of really selling what was going to happen to her, and they really should do what happened to Umbridge after. But I'd forgotten so much because I watched the movies. I forgot so much about the text. But I hated her so bad. But I feel like there just has to be. I don't know. I've kind of gotten off topic, but I really want this to be. I want to either love or hate these characters, but when you see how James bullied Snape, but the way they kind of played it was that was Snape's vision of how he was treated. But they bullied him. They bullied him straight up. They bullied him, and they really were awful. And and I love how Harry in the books says how he was almost embarrassed by how his dad and Sirius and how all of
he was really taken aback by it.
Yeah, it bothers him.
He was ashamed of his dad. He was ashamed. But Sirius, and also I feel like Snape. There was an opportunity there that there could have been some common ground met pretty quickly there that just wasn't happening in the book. But I don't know. I love rereading and listening to the books. It's so deep. But I was mad at James. He really made me mad.
Yeah.
He was really mean to Snake.
Well, real quick, thank you, Chris and Liz, for coming and hanging out with us again
See
for another
y'all.
hour, and for being awesome moderators for us tonight.
Yes,
and
thank you.
As we head into the close of the hour here, because the Cokers are going to go to bed, because this is last night was rough.
I'm going into the darkness here,
and all of us have a school to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that being said,
not me. I'm taking tomorrow off.
Right.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
no power. Hey,
I have to keep these generators running, or they
Good
got
for
about
you.
$400 or $500 in groceries. That's going to go bad, so I have to keep it going.
Keep it working, Jason.
I don't take days off. So,
Raymond, give us some thoughts to finish on here.
Well, I wanted to say kind of one thing, like just if you're a praying type, keep me in your prayers, or wishful thinking. I've been dealing with really bad reflux lately. I think that's what it is, and I've been diagnosed with kind of like mild reflux, but like the past like week or so, like last night I woke up coughing and it was like really bad. I felt like just stuff was just all coming up. I woke up at midnight, and then when I woke up at 6 this morning, I woke up earlier than I wanted to. It happened again, and I went into a really bad coughing fit both times. So I had to get in the shower, try to calm all that down and stuff. So I started back on my medication for it. I actually started on it Wednesday. I took it for 3 days, and I forgot to take it yesterday as we were driving. And so it was really bad this morning. So if you just keep me in your thoughts and prayers, hopefully tomorrow, because usually I'm a little more stressed out Monday mornings because I'm returning back to school. So I just pray that I don't have a coughing fit tomorrow, because it really takes a huge chunk of my time to try to get through that. Like it lasts about normally 10 to 15 minutes. I'm periodically coughing. I feel like something's stuck in my throat. It's pretty bad. Like I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. But I just would like to ask everybody for some thoughts and prayers on that, because I get, I start to get anxiety about it too. And so that can kind of make it worse. And so I'm really hoping, I've taken my medicine today. I've been drinking a lot of water today. I've been trying to cut back on the acidic foods and stuff for today. So hopefully tomorrow will be a good morning for me, because it's been a rough a couple of days. I had a coughing fit Wednesday when we were in Chicago, which prompted me to get back on my medication. And so I'm going to take it for a couple of weeks and then wean myself back off of it. And so hopefully that helps, because I've never had it this bad before. Definitely
be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. And then just to reiterate, you're going to try to have your next video out on Tuesday.
I'm hoping for Tuesday. So that was the kind of like not happy moment. So happy thing. I'm trying to have my next video out Tuesday. I got a couple of other things recorded as well that I hope to get edited soon. I did a kind of a ranking of video game consoles from the 3rd generation up, because that's where I started. I do have 1 2nd generation console on there, because it was actually the first console that I played, but I don't want to spoil that. So you guys can maybe watch the video in the future. And then I have a ranking video of Fears to Fathom, the Fears to Fathom 5 games.
Oh, the Rael games.
I have the audio recorded for that. I just got to compile all my clips. So hopefully that'll be coming out pretty soon. Those 2 videos I've been working on when I haven't had other videos to work on. So I'm almost done with the console ranking videos. But that's what I got coming down the pipeline eventually. I'm trying to get a little more consistent, because I haven't been very consistent recently. Like track's been very busy. I got 160 athletes. So and we had a couple of weeks where we had 3 or 4 meets in a week. So anyways, I'm dominating the ending here. You guys go.
You're good.
All right, Jason.
So all I'm gonna say is this: as a helicopter flies over to look at all of our damage over here, but isn't this a couple things? One, as I'm really sorry you're dealing with that, and I really pray that you have a great week, and I know you will. And I'm sorry, I don't get to talk to you guys other than just a little text about things, but I didn't know you were dealing with that, and I apologize. But my big thing is let's all take a real deep dive this week. Let's spend a week to really look through our videos. Let's look at what we just posted recently, and let's look at what we like about videos and what we don't like. Like something I've been doing, and I've still been doing crappy videos, but like what I've been trying to do is look at like stuff that I post. Why do I watch other people? What is it about their videos that I like to watch? Whether it's a vlog, like, Zach, you and I, we do a lot of the vlogging and things like that. We're talkers, right?
Yep.
So one thing I've tried to do is like when I'm talking, am I showing when I'm talking? clips, when it jumps from clips to clips, those extra little snapshots of things that I like to watch when people are talking and they're showing me something I want us to look at our videos, really break them down. Are we doing enough? Are we doing enough to engage our watchers? And that's something I want to work on this week. And that's a hard thing for me because that's a lot of extra work. Editing is a lot of extra work. And I know I talk that mean game, like do hard things, but editing is a hard thing.
Yeah,
and so for me, this next week or so, I want to look at what I'm producing and am I showing as I'm doing instead of just a talking head piece, showing stuff. And so I don't know if you noticed in the last few videos, I've been really trying to clip to things when I'm talking more. Because, I mean, I know I'm not a good-looking guy unless my wife's talking. Nobody wants to look at me. But let's look at our videos this next week and really break down what it is we like about YouTube and are we doing those things.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the hard thing for me this week. And I always say, everybody, do hard things, try hard things, and you won't be disappointed with the results. So this week, let's really break our videos down and say, Zach, when you're doing a video on food, are you showing enough food? Or are you talking? Are you showing that what you're eating? Are you talking too much? So that's the things. I'm a talker. So let's really break ourselves down and let's start holding each other accountable. Me, you, and Az. Let's look at our videos and go, because Zach, you've been helping me a lot. You've been saying, hey, I like how you did this. Az, you did the same thing. But let's be honest with each other because it's all constructive without being jerks. But let's look at that this week. And so anyway, that's it, guys. Just do hard things, try hard things, ask hard things, ask for things from your friends, and a lot of times they're going to bring it and give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this week for me, tomorrow I've got a video coming out on my trip to the Days of the Dead convention a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So that's coming out tomorrow. Finally got that all edited, and I've got a community closing on that one.
Nice.
And then Thursday I've got another VR unboxing that's going to come out from the second company that reached out to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Zach.
So I'll have 2 videos on that. One this week that'll be the unboxing, and then I'll have one next week of us demonstrating and using it. That Thursdays have kind of become the MetaQuest day, but it won't be that way forever, because we enjoy a lot of other stuff too. But I've got some ideas of some more places to eat and to try that. And then I already have another video of Jess and me going out to eat this past weekend in the can for next week. So
if you need me, Zach, you can always throw me a bone. I'll come out and eat you.
That'd be good. We need to do that when we can. We need to get together and collaborate, and we definitely need to have what was it you said, Nerd Herd Media Day? That's
for sure. That's coming. We'll talk about that. That's coming.
Yeah, I need to get Dixie together so we can do a Team Rixie community closing for you. But especially since we got these Chicago videos. Oh yeah, that's something I got to work on too. Is editing those.
Team Rixie vlogs.
I'm excited to see those.
All right, Jason's in the dark now. So
yes.
So we'll sign off, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you'll check out all 3 of our channels and see what we have to offer. And we will be promoting the next time we go live, which probably won't be this next weekend, but probably the week after that. Thank y'all for sticking with us. Kimberly, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you, Kimberly, so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, Ren, sorry, Ren, that you just hopped on. You can go back and catch us. We talked about a lot of nerdy stuff, a whole lot of nerdy stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Double A, Ron, thank you, man. I love the fact that I don't know if you meant to capitalize the A.
The AL.
But that's fantastic.
I love it.
It's yep. But thank you all so much. We appreciate y'all's love and support. Hope you all have great weeks. And, I love to end it by saying,
What's your why?
What's your why?